Christian Castro is going to join us from Bay Island Technology Services. It's the holiday season. Christian's a tech guy, and you might be a little on the geeky side yourself. So if you were going to give yourself a tech gift this Christmas season, what would that be, Christian Castro?
Well, that is a very big question that you're asking there. But if you want to focus on a single product that we can gift or we can receive, it will be pretty settled down as a smartwatch. I know many people already have their Apple Watch if they're on the Apple ecosystem. I know many people already have some other Android kind of smartwatch, but there are many smartwatches tailored on what people may actually need. For instance, I jog in the mornings or I go for a swim now and then. So perhaps in a smartwatch tailored to that, a Garmin brand that can measure your heart rate. It will automatically detect when you're working out, is waterproof up to 100 meters, stuff like that. Something fancy like that. That it has more measurements than any other smartwatches. And Garmin, to give you an example, can track with GPS your coordinates. If you get lost or something, you can just track back where you are, and it's pretty fancy. For those who are on the fancy type of, I want to look elegant and I want to look nice, then you have Fossil. Fossil, not many people know this, but Fossil has a branch of smartwatches, and it's actually pretty good.
I had no idea.
Yeah, they use a Wear OS, which is Google's base, and it's pretty good. You can use Google Pay to pay with your phone, to pay with a smartwatch whenever you want to make a payment, if you already have a credit card assigned to it. And you have pretty fancy faces for the watch, and the build itself is pretty fancy. So I've used a Fossil smartwatch for events, and people don't even know it's a smartwatch because it looks like a real watch. And there are any other brands, like designer brands like Gucci and stuff like that. They also have their smartwatch. They may not be as powerful on whatever the gimmicks they can do, but they are tailored for those needs. And you have your everyday smartwatches, like an Apple Watch. It's always a good option. And people will normally ask me, what type of Apple Watch do I need? Or I'm specifically talking about Apples. And it is pretty simple. It's based on what you need. Someone who is just working on an office, 9 to 5, going back home and just sleep, a simple Apple Watch SE will do the job. You don't have to go with the fancy version of it, or Series 9, or with the Ultra. If you are a runner, if you're a diver, and or if you're in aviation, then you can do the Apple Watch Ultra. That will perfectly work for you. Or if you are a little bit into sports and you want to go biking and stuff like that, you can go with the Series 9. So there's not a specific type model that you have to attach yourself to. Make the research, read about it a little bit, and reach out to us if you need an advice on it.
And what are we talking about price-wise? I know, like, the higher-end Apple Watch runs around $800, $900.
There is a smaller range for that. The one that I mentioned, the Apple Watch SE, that one can run you from $150 to $200, something like that. And Black Friday is coming
affordable.
Up. Yeah, Black Friday is coming up, so save.
I'm going to speak to do not buy a Fitbit. First of all, I heard Fitbit's phasing out of that whole category, and second, they're poorly made. I have had 2 of them. Yeah, but I've only had one Apple smartwatch, and it works fantastic. It's amazing.
Yeah, Fitbit is trying to get into it. It hasn't been as strong as it has to be, but it's trying. For working out watches, exercise watches, the gold standard is Garmin. You cannot go wrong with the Garmin watch, and they have many ranges. A Ford Runner will cost you between $150 to $190, depending on the market. A Phoenix version, which is I think they have the Phoenix 8 Sapphire right now, that will run you for $800, $900. But that is a watch that a Navy SEAL will use, to give you an example.
There is also the Garmin for people who like to play golf.
There you go. You're a golfer, and I'm pretty sure you have many golfer viewers here that also has those features. It's and it's very powerful. It's a great watch.
I'm going to say this and make a suggestion, and then we'll take it off. Is if you buy something like that, buy the quality kind. Don't be cheap, because you are going, when it comes to technology that you're wearing, you will get what you pay for. Cheaply built, probably going to break, and then you've got to deal with getting it refunded or try to get it replaced, and it's always a hassle.
Yes, and And as I said, and their brands are there. Huawei has some interesting smartwatches that for those who travel a lot. When you open the smartwatch, you can open the face of the smartwatch and it will pop up a pair of headphones. So you just pop in the headphones here and something like that. That's useful for somebody who travels a lot. So there's a lot of things to look into that.
The future is here.
Yep, it is here.
Christian Castro with Bits on 101.1 Blue Wave Radio. Christian, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Keith.